Hi friends, and welcome back to another video, or if you're new to my channel, my name's Michaela and today we are going to be choosing my August TBR. So if you watched the last video or you remember seeing it, we built this book cart together for our August reads and we were going to send a picture of it to 8 people and kind of let them just pick from it. I posted a story, asked who would like to pick my TBR, and then I just randomly scrolled, clicked, and now we're here and we're going to figure out what everybody picked and what they want me to read. And yeah, I mean, we have some crazy books on our August TBR and some crazy big ones. So let's just get straight into it and see what they picked. Okay, so starting off first, we are going to go with Yours Truly, which I actually have already started this book because it is August 2nd today. I'm getting to this a little late, but Oaf, my sweet girl, she picked Yours Truly. So this book is about, I have like little blurbs to read you guys so that you can kind of get a gist of what the book is about. And in this one, so make sure if you're going to read this book, you've already read Part of Your World, unless you don't want to read that, and then you can just jump into this, but they are interconnected. So in this book, we have Set in the Same World as Part of Your World. This is a story of 2 emergency room doctors who, after a bunch of first wrong impressions, become each other's safe place at a time in their lives when they both feel adrift and alone. So I will say, I think I'm only like 5 or 6 chapters into this book, but I truly feel like it's going to be such a good one for me because the way they haven't even really connected yet, but the way they are feeling and the emotions that they're having and the way they're speaking about it just makes me feel heard. Like, we talk about that a lot. Like, when you can connect with something in a book, it just gives you way more feelings than something you don't feel like that tight connection with. And that's how I've been so far with this book. I think I got to chapter 3 and I was like, okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna love this. So yeah, I am super excited to see what I think of it in the very end, but as of right now, I'm really liking it and I would really suggest it. If it's something that you would like to read, I do have a Fable book club, and if you would like to join, you can go to my Instagram and join through the link in my bio. So yeah, that's going to be the first book that we have for August. Okay, and the next book that we have, which is going to be a pain to get it out of here, but I sent the picture to Sid and I knew automatically as soon as I sent her the picture, I was like, girl, I don't even need you to respond. I know what book you're going to pick. And with that being said, she picked Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. So I don't know if you guys watched my Binding 13 reading vlog, but I'm going to continue to do that for the entirety of this series just because, I don't know, I just feel like this series deserves that, you know, and it's a lot of emotion, so I feel like there's a lot of content to get from these books. And yeah, I'm just super excited about it. This is just going to be a pickup on where we left off with Shannon and Johnny. Based off the way that book ended, I'm genuinely terrified to read this, but I'm so excited because I miss them ever so much and I miss Gibbsy. So I'm super excited to get back into it. Thank you, Sydney, for picking it. I knew you would. Okay, and the next book was picked by my girly Lauren, and she selected A Love Letter to Whiskey. And I'm so glad that she did, because this is a book that I didn't want to just have for a long time without reading. I really want to read it and just kind of see like what's all the hype about, because some people, like, this is their absolute favorite book. So I feel like it's going to be a crazy ride and I'm just excited to get into it, see what it's all about. Okay, and the blurb for this book is going to be a captivating romance novel that delves into the complexities of love, heartbreak, and second chances. Set in the backdrop of the bourbon-soaked streets of Nashville, it tells the story of a passionate love affair. So honestly, even with that being said, I still don't truly know what to expect with this book, but I love going in blind, so I'm not really going to educate myself more on what this book is going to be about. I'm just going to kind of throw myself into it and see what happens. But yes, Lauren picked this one and I'm super excited to read her. Okay, and the next girly that we DM'd was Jenny, and Jenny chose One Dark Window, and I'm super excited about this because I've heard so much about it and I need more fantasy in my life, because honestly, besides Sarah J Maas, I haven't really delved into fantasy a lot. Like, I've read things here and there like Fourth Wing or Powerless and Reckless, but I don't know, I just haven't really delved into enough in my opinion. So I'm super excited for this book, and the blurb sounds crazy. So we're gonna follow Elspeth Spindle in this book, a survivor of a mysterious fever which has left her with magical abilities. In Blunder, hiding someone who has had the fever is treason and punishable by death. After surviving the fever, one is deemed to be tainted, so death also awaits. So I mean, to me it sounds like either door she opens, it's going to be death. So that's always fun. Like, we always have to figure out what's going to happen with that. So how is she going to avoid that? And how is she going to get out of whatever situation she's in? I think it's very cool that it came from a fever. Like, I don't know, it makes me kind of think of Powerless, because you know how you got the Ordinaries and they don't have powers and they're like, they have to be killed because they'll hurt you. Well, this is kind of like tables turned situation, and I'm just super excited to see what this book's about. It looks so intriguing, like just the cover alone. So I can't wait to get into it. Thank you, Jenny, for choosing it. I'm super excited. Okay, and the next girlie we DM'd is going to be Rebecca, and she chose Mile High. This is the first book in the Windy City series by Miss Liz Tomford, and I'm so freaking like ready to throw myself into this book because it has been something that I've been thinking about for months now, and I've just kind of tried to limit myself on how many series I'm currently reading because I don't want to read like 20 at the same time. I have 8 right now, and that's like too much for me, but I finally said screw it. Who cares? Who's keeping up with it, you know? I mean, I am, but other than that, who cares? So we're going to read Mile High by Liz Tomford. I'm super excited for this one because it just sounds fun and it's hockey. Come on. So in this book, Xanders is a professional hockey player. Hockey is his life and the one thing that keeps him sane in the journey of life. He shares his love of the game with his best friend and co-captain. So that's really the only thing the blurb gave me, but I do know that he plays hockey and the love interest is his flight attendant. So I think that sounds super fun and exciting. So I can't wait to get into this and see, like, I know it's mixed though. There's some people that absolutely hate this book and there's some people that absolutely love it. So I guess we're going to see where I stand. I feel like I'm gonna love it. Okay, and the next book was chosen by Savannah, and she chose Wild Love by Elsie Silver. And I would talk about how excited I was to get into this book, but I literally already have. I am 32% done with it, I think, and absolutely eating it up. Like, oh my God. So just to give you a little like rundown of what it's about. Forbes may have labeled Ford Grant the world's hottest billionaire, but all he cares about is escaping the press and opening a recording studio in gorgeous small town Rose Hill. Something that comes to a screeching halt when he ends up face to face with a young girl who claims he's her biological father. So reading that, I was like, oh, I didn't know that happened in this book. That's crazy. But I have loved it. Oh my God. Like, Elsie can do no wrong. I have missed her cowboys so much. Not even our cowboys, because I mean, he's not a cowboy, but he's like Western and he's fun. I love it. So I'm absolutely loving it here. It's so fun, and I feel like I'm definitely going to finish this over the weekend just because I can't stop reading it. I'm trying to like be fair between Yours Truly and Wild Love, but as you can tell, I've read way more of this. So yeah, I'm super excited to finish it and see what I think. It's definitely going to be a high like 4 or something like that. So yeah, I can't wait to get further into it. Okay, so our next book was chosen by Saneed, and to be completely frank with you guys, I had the most difficult inner battle with myself when we were building this TBR cart. I was like, do I want to put it on the cart? Do I not? Like, I did not know if I wanted to read it or not. But like the fact that she chose it, I'm like, okay, I'm super excited. So with that being said, she chose Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. And you may be like, girl, why would you not want to read that? Come on now, like that much of BJ and Magnolia, I feel like I'm going to explode. And based off the way Daisy Hates the Great Undoing ended, I'm super freaking nervous. I'm so nervous for what this book is going to do to me. So I texted my bestie Nikki because she had mentioned buddy reading it together, but I didn't know what August was going to look like for me. So we're going to be buddy reading this one together at the end of the month. I did look up a blurb for this one, and I wish I hadn't because it kind of spoiled something for me, which was great. So love that. But what the blurb does say is the main topics here were grief, mental health, and family issues. We pick up off where the wild cliffhanger Daisy Hates the Great Undoing left us. That was a mouthful. So yeah, we're just picking up where Daisy Hates left off, and she left off on a horrible foot. So I'm scared. I'm very scared, but I'll have Nikki there the whole time to scream with and freak out. So that'll be great. I'm so indifferent about this one, but I'm happy somebody chose it and I can't wait to read it. And I'll finally be done with the series. So I'll only have 7 series, even though I'm starting, I don't know, who knows? Okay, and the next and last book that we have was selected by Brittany, and she chose Darling Venom. And if you guys remember correctly, or if you watched the Building My TBR Cart video, this was one that I really, really wanted somebody to pick, just because I've had it for so long. It was one of those books that I was like, oh my god, I need it, I need it, I need it, and then I still haven't read it. Like, that's kind of ridiculous, girl. So I'm really, really excited for this one, just because it's been something that I've thought about for a while. I just have never picked it up for some reason. So what this is going to be about is a story of a best friend's older brother, of enemies to lovers to slow burn loves. All in all, it's a story of family, addiction, redemption, forgiveness, grief, and strength. Tissues should be very close when reading this book. And that's honestly why I bought it, is because I heard that it was heart-wrenching and it was going to make you cry. And I love those books sometimes. Like, we always need at least one crier here or there. And this is the one that got chosen for me for August. I think A Love Letter to Whiskey is going to be a crier. Keeping 13 is going to be a crier. I might cry a lot this month. So yeah, Darling Venom is going to be the last book that we have on our August TBR, and I mean, we have such a great TBR for August. I can't wait to get into every single one of these. So really quickly, I'm going to rearrange some things on the cart so we can throw these all on top, show you what all we have, and call this video done. Alright guys, so that makes our August TBR. I think it looks pretty freaking great. There's a lot of pages here though. I added them up. I think it was like 4,090 or something around that area. That's a lot of pages. If you need me in August, literally don't, because I will be very busy with my nose in a book. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I genuinely can't wait to tell you how I felt about them when we do our August wrap up. Will I read all of them? Guys, do not talk to me if I try to come back and I have not read them all, because that is a failed mission and I cannot do that. Like, I gave myself a challenge. There's no way I can't do it. Like, I will freaking be so upset if I don't read all of these. So yeah, I mean, obviously we want to take our time and we want to enjoy the book, but I also would love to actually read all of these this month. So thank you guys for hanging out with me and going through my August TBR, and thank you to those that submitted what you wanted me to read. I think you guys did wonderful. So I will catch you guys next time. I hope you read amazing books and have an amazing week, and I love you. Peace out.